NCRP Productions presents Fantasy Flight's Star Wars RPG, Episode 1, The Black Hole.
Hello, I'm David, and we will be playing Star Wars Fantasy Flight, all three books, Age of Rebellion, Force and Destiny, and Edge of Empire. Let's introduce Josh. Tell me about your character.
Hello, this is Josh. I will be playing Locke, the Zabrak bounty hunter gadgeteer.
Hi, this is Barry. I am running Grist, a squib sentinel specialized in shadow.
Hello everybody, this is David, and I am playing Six, the Feline smuggler pilot.
And this is Ty. I'll be playing Victus Aurelio, the Twi'lek mystic Makeshi duelist.
Why do I want to call Ty Victim Aurelius? I'm just feeling.
All I'm hearing is Gladiator. My name is Maximus Victus Aurelius.
Yes.
Inquisitor of the First Empire.
Leader of the First Army.
Husband of a murdered wife, father to a murdered son.
Yeah, that was an epic introduction.
Such a great man. God.
Yeah, that was good.
So, thank you for joining us, everyone. Let's talk about this galaxy we're setting at. Essentially, a couple of years have passed after Episode 9. Our galaxy is in disarray. The powers that be, the First Order, the New Galactic Republic, have been destroyed or are crumbling. The remaining First Order go by the Remnant, and essentially, due to this power vacuum, crime has risen. The galaxy has decided to shut themselves off and become very insular in their quadrants and sectors. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, all that plays through. After the destruction of the New Galactic Republic and the fall of the First Order, the galaxy is facing a power vacuum. Years of costly war and ever-shifting governmental change has left the galaxy weak and ripe for the taking. As powers vie for dominance, the underworld rises to the top. Hope is in short supply and a precious commodity. Success is only earned by the brave and the daring. In tumultuous times such as these, a being's character is made and tested. What opportunities await those willing to take it? On the planet Lanak, that is in the Outer Rim region, it is in the Karthak sector. A chance has presented itself. A tordarian by the name of Capo Rando, KR by his friends, is looking for skilled individuals for a task he needs assistance with. Those looking for work were directed to go to his shop, Odds and Ends.
I put the K in the first word, and it was a C, and then I put the C in the second word.
Yep.
And then who's the name of the individual looking for talented?
KR.
His friends call him KR.
KR.
I call him
Capo. We'll call him no such thing.
Capo Rando. So this planet is a shadow port. It's very grungy, dark, lots of buildings, mostly like kind of grungy streets, very low light. The place you were directed to, Odds and End, is kind of on the outskirts of town. Strangely, there's a large wall kind of keeping things in. Odds and End has this glowing sign that's sputtering out. Clearly, he can't keep it repaired.
That's the name of the place, Odds and Ends?
Odds and Ends.
Odds and Ends, alright.
Odds and Ends, from what you guys know and will see when you arrive, is that it contains, it's like a pawn shop. Anything from droid parts to ship parts. It has a big back lot. It looks at you first when you walked by like a trash dump.
Now the planet here, what's the ecology like on the planet? What kind of, is it a desert planet? Is it a forest planet?
It originally was kind of a desert planet. Over the course of years, it has expanded to become what is pretty much just known as a city planet. Think like...
So like Coruscant.
Yeah, Coruscant. There was probably Earth somewhere under there. You ain't seen it anymore.
Okay, so it's a big sprawl. Blade Runner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With billions of people on this planet.
Yes.
Okay.
The population has blown up originally around the Empire. It was just a couple 10 million. It's reached up to 10 billion. Billions of billions. This is kind of like what would be in the slums. Those with a criminology kind of background and understanding would know that Capo is a fixer. He's just a person who you go to for work. If you need something done, he gets it done. So, you guys are each individually brought to this place. Something has driven you, something has pushed you to it. As you enter this building, the gate slides open, kind of gets stuck a little bit and slides. Inside, as you can see, little shelves and rows, think of just like a grocery store, odds and end parts, like a droid eye, some maybe like broken blaster cartridges, one or two people kind of sprawling through. You can actually hear the sound of the flickering luminescent light. And you hear in kind of the back this voice, no, this is not good for me. No, I'm not gonna buy it. No. And you get out of here too. You're not what I'm looking for. God, there's no one here who can actually... Coming back from the end of it. You haven't all entered together. I'm assuming you guys have been either browsing or coming in.
So is our history, none of the four of us have worked together, in your mind?
In my mind, I would see none of you have probably worked together. Definitely not Victus. You might have worked with Capo in some capacity.
But not, I'm saying the four players.
But the four players have had no introduction to my understanding.
I'm looking for extra parts for the ship, things I can use, things that go out often, I can make quick swaps. Pawn shops are a good location for those kinds of things. I could try and negotiate a good deal in pawn shops.
If I hear that, I am going to, as quickly as I can, run to the voice.
Let's start with 6. 6, you were kind of looking around. Are you looking for anything or just browsing?
Well, I need a new hydro spammer. The one I've got's a little bit old. It's starting to short out a little bit. And it can be kind of irritating, especially if I'm not close by, I can get a replacement. So I think that last one I bought off a cheap dealer. It's probably why the negotiations were so short. So, I'm looking for a new one of those, and then any extra parts, some of the air conditioning, on the Rosenrote is, it's a little sporadic, it acts up a little bit, and every once in a while, heater will go on, and won't go off when it's supposed to. So just, I might need a new heat coil, thermocoil. So I'm just trying to see what's kind of good, things that I might not like. Oh wow, hey, I could probably use one of these. I don't see these very often.
Hydro spanners, you can see they are definitely rusted and broken. They're like, I see where my previous purchase probably got his hydro spanners.
Okay.
6 is Dr. Girlfriend.
6 got this. Definitely some heat coils. One of them actually looks salvageable. If someone cleaned it up, actually probably like gave it some good old elbow shine. Probably usable.
All right. So I'm gonna take. Is there an asking price?
There's no just like price on it. From your history of probably being around places like this, everything's negotiable. He's gonna start with an asking price. It may end in a job. As you're kind of running up, Grist runs past you. Grist, when you come to the back, you see this old-looking tordarian. Tordarians are those little, like, elephant seal bugs, the one that sold Anakin.
The wings are all...
Yeah, the one with the little wings. But his wings are gone. They look, not there.
Plucked.
And it doesn't look like it was replaced. What you see is him kind of sitting... He has this big old beard. He's sitting on what looks like kind of like an egg, with legs and arms attached to it. Think like a little like mech that he's controlling with his little webbed feet and hands as he's moving it around. It's not well articulated. Think kind of more older robot. It works in hard like 90-degree turns. It's not nice and smooth. Definitely rusty a bit. You can see he seems to be like lifting parts up and then yelling at different people who are actually just like being thrown pieces at and are running out of the shop.
So am I there?
Yeah, you see him doing this.
Can't help but notice, listen, hear, you are looking for a man? I'm that guy. What do you need done?
You hear that as he's like turning it and kind of clunkily moving.
To make sure I am 3'9".
Yeah, he kind of like turns it. If you're close up to him, he's just sitting there like kind of looking at his own gut hanging over. He just pretty much has what
I realize that and back up a few steps.
He just kind of like looks down his beard. Someone's applying for work. As he kind of like sits there and begins to stroke his beard.
Is there a table in front of him?
What essentially would be a table behind him. This would have been a desk that someone brought up to him. Okay. He walked this around to yell and pretty much throw this at someone. You got really in that face. As he kind of looks down at you, we were applying for our job. Who are you?
Grist, everything extraordinary.
Everything extraordinary, you say? What's so extraordinary about an everyday extraordinaire?
I can do anything.
Can you fix a ship?
Yes.
Slice a governmental network?
Yes.
Make a nice mixed drink just right with a little umbrella?
Not sure what an umbrella is, but yes.
Okay, see, this is the problem with people. Saying they know everything and they know nothing. Alright, though.
Well, if you show me an umbrella, tell me what the drink is.
Do I have an umbrella?
I don't read minds. I have a couple of female in my background, and I've learned this is an ability I don't have.
Alright, well, 1 second. I have a few more guests, and I'm going to come and talk to our job.
So
Right
I'll
here.
step away and cross my arms like I've already been hired.
Good start. What about you? What are the rest of you doing?
So, I'm here for work. I'm broke after barely breaking even after my last bounty due to all the medical expenses, the time in the back tank. So I'm like, kind of desperate at this point. Plus, this is a good place. The man can get lost. So I'm just kind of in this particular spot browsing. Obviously I have nothing to spend, but I am looking to overhear any kind of leads on this so-called work.
So are you
So
approaching?
yeah. So after I kind of see this strange alien creature run back there, I'll kind of raise a brow and stare back there suspiciously before following along.
Yeah, it would be strange because your character looks like a rabbit, right? Like a Volcon.
I'm kind of a Vulpine a little, squirrel,
What kind of job am I getting myself into?
blue fur. I will let you guys know there are 7 gold earrings in each ear.
Oh Lord.
That's valuable.
Definitely.
I see a mark.
I currently have a sort of faux mohawk. It's not extreme, but you notice that most of the hair on the head is shorter than the straight strip down the middle. That was an unfortunate cosmetic attempt that didn't work.
Love it. Yeah, so you see this odd kind of talk going up amongst them. You can see that he was asked, the strange creature was asked to pretty much wait. Are you gonna...
Yeah, I'll take my turn and step into the room, and I'm here for work.
Oh, well, when it rains, as he's kind of like adjusting himself, when it rains, it pours. So, what do you offer for this work?
We don't need someone that makes stuff with drinks and umbrellas.
So I'll look at this creature confused for a little bit and shake it off. I'm a bounty hunter.
Oh,
I'll
muscle.
just hold my carbine up against my shoulder.
You work with the guild?
When I need to.
Are you old guard or new guard?
You could say old guard.
A person who sticks by their words has meaning. Means a lot. A man's worth, the bean's worth is only worth what they say. If I can't trust you, I can't work with you.
I'm going to sidle up closer to KR. Just kind of get closer like I'm part of it already.
He definitely can't see him past his big, bulky, joyed legs. Okay. So are you just muscle, or?
I also know my way around tracking down foes, or piloting a ship.
Oh, okay. Well, that might be necessary. You might be worth it. All right. By this point, you would have walked up to talk to them about
Right.
6. You would have come up to.
We got the heat coil. Right. Yeah.
No, got to take customers first, work second. How can I help you, fine lady?
Well, I'm interested in this heat coil. It's a little oxidized here, but it looks like some burring on this side here. But with a little work, I could probably make it work.
He's kind of like Scott. What? Burning? No. Let me see that.
Sure, right. See right here, and I started to point, right?
Bantha Poodoo. Hey, 925, get over here! You hear thump, as this large, boxy droid
9 to 5.
comes in. It's. He goes, yes, master. 9 to 5. What is this? I told you to clean it. You didn't clean it. I need you to. I'm so sorry. This is not the type of good.
It's all right. I'll tell you what. I'll take it as is. Right? Because I'm in a bit of a hurry, right? And we say 5 credits.
9 to 5.
No, just 5.
5 credits. He looks to the rest of you. 5 credits. Are you trying to steal my shop from me? Do I need to call the guards? Do I need to call the hut guards because you're trying to steal from me?
No, I'm not trying to steal. I'm trying to offer you 5 credits.
No. Let's, as he kind of like looks at it, how about, you know what? You seem like a nice lady. And I'm in kind of need of help with these two back here thinking they can.
Yeah, so just so you know, I've got the boots that come below the knee, right?
Yeah.
And I've got a blaster pistol on my right hip. The tight pants, the little tiny vest with the low cut button up shirt that's buttoned up about halfway, and the green skin. I'm gonna say, I saw the other 3 or 4 that you had over there. It looks like you've got a little bit of a surplus on these things. You probably don't mind letting one of these go, because you got plenty others. And I'm gonna attempt to use my pheromones to negotiate with him.
Okay.
All right.
Give me a negotiation.
All right. So what am I doing? You're gonna have to walk me through this. So,
Absolutely. So
it's negotiations. Okay.
Negotiation, whatever your skill is.
What I want to try and do is I want to try and deception, right? Or
Charm.
it doesn't matter if I don't have ranks in it. Can I roll it?
Negotiation.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
gotcha.
As long as you have the characteristic that goes with it, you at least get a dice.
Okay.
So you are trying to charm him, and your
Charm.
pheromones give you a point in that as well? Or?
The pheromones allow me to re-roll. I'm sorry. No, they allow me to improve.
I'm gonna make sure that I'm observing what this other alien.
So
creature's
the,
doing here. Gotta know the strengths of the people you work with.
You're looking down at me?
No, yeah, I'm watching her work.
I'm going to try to seduce this old man
Old
out of
nasty
my...
elephant
So
man.
yeah.
Pages. We got so many
Nothing
pages
is out of
here.
bounds.
Nothing like a greasy, like, white shirt. Just
Yeah. All stained.
all stained and just that. Like, definitely full beard, more than 9 to 5. Just... Yeah, that sounds nice.
All right, so the beguiling pheromones +2 strain to upgrade a charm roll, deception, negotiation, charm, deception, or negotiation check.
Okay. So what that would be is you would roll one of those. So you're trying to charm him, and I
Okay,
can see that.
all right.
You're
So
not
it's charm.
negotiate,
Yeah.
So
charm. And you see, so anyone that's watching, you'll see that
Those
the
aren't
hue of
standard
my skin changes as I lean in and talk to him.
So what you would roll is your charm,
Okay.
which is what is your characteristic for charm?
Presence. Okay.
Presence,
So
so
I've got 3
you-
dice there.
And then how much
3
points do you have in charm?
None.
Okay, so you're gonna roll 3 green dice
Okay.
against 3 purple.
Okay. So I roll 3 purple and 3 green.
Yes.
All right. Cool.
you roll against
Would you
Jeff.
like to use 2 strain and use your pheromones to upgrade
Yes.
that?
Yes.
Okay, so on your strain, you're gonna take +2 technically.
Okay.
Because you're working up to 14, or
Alright.
you're working up to your max number,
Alright.
not down.
Okay.
And that allows you to upgrade one of your dice to yellow.
So your one green goes
One
to
green,
yellow.
2 of. All right. Here we go. All right.
You may talk an old man out of his money.
All right. Here we go. All right. I'm gonna try and talk about this heat coil.
Just innocent old man.
Yeah, come on.
He's got a family to feed. How many
Okay.
of these
Ooh,
little bugs does
what
he
do we
got?
got?
Oh,
there?
all right.
That's a
So,
success.
so what counts?
So blaster shots are
Okay.
success.
Okay, so
and
I've got
those
4
little
of those.
triangles are failure.
Okay, so I have 3. So hold on. So these two are going to cancel each other out, and then I've got these are nothing. So I've got 1 success.
And
one
And
Oh,
disadvantage.
and 1 disadvantage. Okay, gotcha.
All right, yeah. So what that would kind of look like is you're able to talk him out of it. The
Alright.
disadvantage, though, is that story-wise, something's going to happen. Something, negative, or at least pulling's going to happen. So, all right. As he kind of like sits up a little straighter, you hear crack, 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 crack. Only because you asked so nicely, I'll give it to you. But as part of our friendship, as part of our new friendship, you look pretty capable. What type of skills do you have? You look like a starship captain.
I do. What does a starship captain typically look like?
Oh, gorgeous. Like beautiful, capable, very skillful at talking old men out of good items.
knows what an umbrella is.
I do know what an
He,
umbrella is.
you hear clink, clink as he's turning. Will you stop? This is not the work I need you to do. All right. Are you looking for a job?
Depends on what the job is. And yes, I'm a pilot.
Okay. Well, let's pull that together. So, I got a few more guests. Can you 3 wait here, maybe get to know each other, and we're going to talk about what this is. I'll give you a fair heads up. I offer 2 types of fees for work. I do more of this. I help people get jobs. First fee is I tell you everything and you get to do it. Second fee, you don't ask questions and you make good credits. He like lets that sink in for a second.
I'm gonna make the symbol with my 2 fingers across my mouth and throw away the key.
He kind of like looks at you. Yeah, see, look it, perfect. I knew you were a good hire. As he hears clink, clink, and starts turning. I'll be back. Just let me finish closing up shop. Victus, what have you been up to?
So I haven't been in the store at all. I walk in, I'm a Twilight, but my skin is a burnt red. My clothing I'm wearing it's not armor at all. It's just kind of, rags and robes, but my left arm is fully bandaged up until my hands. Even my individual fingers are bandaged as well. Only my left limb, though. And on my back, I have clearly a vibro spear kind of strapped across. And as I walk in, I'm not browsing. I have no care for this peasantry. I don't care about this junk. I've heard there's work, and I'm walking forwards.
You see this tordarian coming forward in his thing, pretty much being, all right, if you're not buying, get the hell out of here. I don't need you. I have real things to do here. Oh, as he kind of like stops, I'm assuming your presence seems to walk with like purpose.
Yeah.
You might be one of the other people looking for work, yes?
I hear you have a job.
I have many jobs, but I have one important. I have your colleagues will be in the back. Just give me a second. Get the hell out of here! All right. You see him kind of like chasing off as it's like, and then you hear a slam, and he's like, "Don't ever come back." Well, no, come back. Bye. Not tonight. After it closes, he comes back. As he kind of sitting there looking at all of you.
I'm like, what are you supposed to be? Some kind of cantina dancer?
You talking to me?
Yeah. Go-go boots?
Nope, pilot. You're not even listening.
You can fly a ship.
Yeah, I can fly a ship.
Well, okay, we'll see about that.
As he's coming back, he sees that you're all kind of talking. You're following him along, I believe.
Yep.
As he kind of sits there. All right. Welcome to your new team. I have already introduced them. I'll let you know. I have 2 types of fees. One where you get paid and you do what I tell you. 2, you get paid because I do what you tell you and you don't ask questions. So, what fee are we looking for?
I'm gonna hold up 2 fingers and not say a word.
Not quite sure how I got roped into this. I came in to buy this. But,
Because
I'm a little curious about what you have to say.
we just have such a good connection and friendship. As you see him like pull back his like elephant nose real fast, like clean it up, and then kind of like So I'm offering work as a man of my business. Why I need a starship captain, a person who can do a being that can do everything, a muscle bounty hunter mechanic, and a poor man is a very regal looking poor man. Is that you all need money and I have money to give away. Essentially, an associate of mine, a little Lannic. Lannic are pretty much these small species with very large ears. They're pretty much midgets with large ears.
The little mouse people?
No, they are. They look very much just human with big goblin-like ears.
Oh, got it.
A Lannic, an associate, a friend by the name of Biz, is on a station, access station. And he has informed me that a shipment carrying things that are important to me will be arriving in a few rotations. On a ship that he told me is designation, as he kind of like sits there and he like uses his remote to smack like A9 to 5. Right. R-07.
Do I know what that means?
It's just a ship designation. It's something like a license to let people know what's landing.
Okay.
So I need someone to go there, procure my goods, and then bring them back to me.
Is that somewhere here on this planet? Like the landing bay, is it like somewhere here? Or
are you asking him or are you curious?
I'm curious.
As a player, if you are curious, you can roll navigation or astrogation, I believe it is.
So I have...
astrogation.
Astrogation, I do have that. So it's intelligence. So my intelligence is, or intellect is 2. So I roll a 2. That's 2 green dice.
It's going to be 2 green dice.
And then I have 1 in astrogation.
And then 1. So you only have...
The yellow die will replace a green die.
And then...
And if you had
you
2
have
in
skill.
astrogation, you would replace both green dice. with
Oh, okay.
both yellow.
Gotcha.
So I have 3 intellect and 0 astrogation, so I would have 3 and 2.
You have 3 intellect and 0 astrogation,
Yes.
so you have 3 green.
Yeah.
And you are rolling against 3
3.
purple.
Okay.
The reason being is it is find out.
I've got 3 of those mishaps. Oh, does that counteract one of them? Okay. So I've got 3 successes and 2 mishaps.
3 successes, 2
There's
2
another
disadvantage.
mishap hidden there.
So, yeah, it's 2 right there.
3 successes, 2 threats. That's what
2
that
threats, yeah.
I completely broke even.
Threats? Threats are critical red. You mean disadvantage?
Disadvantage, sorry, disadvantage.
And then,
But other than that, I have 3 successes.
okay.
Dave, so their term for that symbol is threat.
Oh. Threat and despair. Okay, then I have gotten them wrong. before.
Threat versus advantage.
Gotcha. Yes, yes.
I see where you got disadvantage from, though, because it's the
Yeah.
opposite.
Makes
of
sense.
It's the easy.
But
well,
no, they
because
can't do that.
When you roll the red dice, there's a critical failure.
That's
and
despair.
And that's despair, and I always forget that. Thank you.
So you're only ever rolling the amount of dice equal to your attribute. You're just you're basically upgrading the dice based on the ranks of the skill that you have. Gotcha.
Yes.
That's
And it's
where the attributes come in and become more
Right.
important than
Yes.
the skill.
Ultimately, though,
Gotcha.
whatever is higher. So if you
Okay,
when
gotcha.
when your skill will surpass your
Oh, then
characteristic.
I'll be rolling that many dice.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, it's whatever's the higher. for.
Upgrading the number of.
Locke rolled a complete neutrality 0, so essentially you've learned nothing. You have 3 success and 2 threats.
Yeah.
So you kind of strain yourself as you're thinking. So you're going to take -2 strain.
So I'm adding 2 more
You're
strain,
sorry,
right?
adding 2 more strain.
Okay.
So
The
you're,
idea being when you hit 14,
you're going to pass out or
Okay.
be like exhausted.
How do I recover strain?
Resting will get you restrain covered. After combat, you can roll to recover. As you roll advantage, like you get the blue dice and you get the advantage, you can use that to recover strain as well.
Okay.
You heard about it because you've flown around a bit. You've traveled the spaceways, and when you heard other comm chatter and talked to a few other ship captains, Axis Station is not on the main road. It's not actually.
Is it on this planet?
It is not.
Okay.
He's asking you to fly pretty much between here and Tatooine. Essentially, it is about a week's worth of travel
All right.
through the hyperspace lanes.
A week. Oh wow.
So-
So that's far.
Yes, he is asking you to go pretty far. You remember hearing about this, your despair. There was something about Access Station you can't quite remember, but you remember he's asking you to pretty much go off the I-5 and then head into the wilderness for quite a bit. And that's just kind of where you sit with it.
Okay.
So, knowing at least that much then, young lady, do you want option 2 or option 1?
Sounds like we want option 2.
I'm just holding up my 2 fingers, pointing at everyone he looks at.
I haven't asked questions before. I'm not going to start asking them now.
And there was the thumb up from me.
You see, like, actually his smile under his beard and his nose. I think we will have a very good partnership. In fact, I'm willing to let you call me K. You have earned the K. You have not earned the R. You have earned the K.
Okay.
So, I want you to go to this station and meet my Lanik friend by the name of Biz. I'm going to give you things, and this is part of you not asking questions, as he's going to ask you to come to the back, and he's going to take hollow pictures of you, and you're going to see him working on things with this tool, with a 9 to 5 kind of just sitting there and bringing trays of food and snacks for you guys to eat. If you're curious what he's doing, he'll be around making things. He's kind of on a computer a bit. He produces some type of small little items, and then he talks to a 9 to 5. Get them the supplies and let me get these you. Okay. As he turns to you. What he does as he looks to each one of you, he's going to look first to 6 because you're the starship captain. His thing hands you what looks like an ID card.
Okay.
It's your picture. It's a fake ID. You've smuggled enough to know what a fake ID is.
McLovin.
And you're like, fantastic. I have a new name, new identity. And he begins handing these out to each of you.
Yeah. Skullduggery roll for me. How good is it? Would that be the right one to roll?
Yes. Skullduggery can tell you how good a criminal item is. This one, I could say roll against 1 purple. You were trying to tell.
So 2 advantages.
2 advantages.
That's it.
What you can tell is you're holding it, I'm assuming are you going to rub it against your skin? You feel it and you're like, What you can feel is that it feels good.
Feels good. Good
Smells
quality.
good. Smells good. Smells good quality.
Good quality. All right.
Smells legit.
Take a bite out.
Yep. So these are who you are now.
So all four of us are here.
Yes. Have you just kind of been sitting?
So there's the zabrak, there's the squib, and then are you? Oh, the Twi'lek.
Yeah.
Okay.
So are you, Dave? I'm sorry, Dave, but is your character like dressed like looking like money, or are you dressed like looking like the locals here? Because what are the qualities?
I'm probably dressed like I'm on my way to like some club somewhere, some nightclub or something, you know what I mean? I'm dressed
if you're
the tight form-fitting clothes,
Yeah.
It shows off, it shows off my features, right? And yeah, it looks like I'm right, I could be going out to some bar or something like that, dressed, to the gills, and yeah, that's pretty much how I roll.
You're looking at her, I'll lean in and go, it's gotta be the shoes.
They're boots, actually.
As he hands out your IDs, so, Captain, the reason I'm talking to you is, will you let these fine associates onto your ship?
I look at the fine associates. Twi'lek,
I hold up my ID card.
you said that you were a mechanic.
Yep.
What do you know how to fix?
And I rattle off every ship name I know.
So quite an extensive list. The Thranta class cruiser, the Wayfarer. You've been on a few Corvettes, both Republic, Imperial. Some people forget that,
Does he rattle off any Corellian freighters?
Yeah, I could see Corellian freighters are pretty frequent through here as well.
Okay, well, then I can use a mechanic.
See, look
I'm
at
on.
this.
I toss the heat coil to you.
See, look at this. We're bringing people together, building communities. This is what it is about. This
Say,
is what KR likes to do.
So
When you
what-
bought this, did you notice the burn part here?
Hey! Business is done. We've finished negotiations. We'll talk
did.
about business outside now.
What do you do?
I know my way around heavy cannon on a ship. I also know a little bit about mechanics and piloting as well.
I'm gonna roll the coil away from him and around back.
And you?
I can't say I've spent much time on a starship before, but I can guarantee no border's gonna get you.
Oh yeah? Well, that's comforting. Right. Well, seeing how my options are limited here, and we've all got our new IDs, I think time's wasted.
Perfect. I understand our relationship has been a little strained, and Kay wants nothing but friendship amongst his new friends. So, and I'm asking for a bit of a trip. I know what I'm asking for. I'll cover your fuel cost getting there.
Oh, great. And getting back.
God, I knew I liked you. She drives such hard bargains. See, you have a trusty captain, not letting you be swindled by your new friend, who is a good friend.
All right.
I'll get you back here.
So whatever, I give them the name of wherever my ship's docked, and let the three of you know that, I'm captain of the Rosenrote, and you'll find it at docking bay, whatever it is. I'll give the number, the location,
You seem kind of stroking your thing.
and say KR.
You haven't?
You can have the cargo loaded on my ship. I'll be getting it prepped for launch.
That is what the 9 to 5. I'll get him over there, and then you haven't. Wait, I'll make you buy the R. Right? You can buy the R this time. I'm not giving you. You get enough food there. You have to find your food on the way back. Gas, I will pay for. Fuel, fair.
Don't
Food,
be late.
no. All right.
All right.
Please bring back my items. Whatever else you procure during your time there, consider that a finder's fee. Just bring these items back.
And do we have a location? So it's that planet, the coordinates, right? And someone named Big, right?
Biz. Yes, my A 9 to 5 will get you the
9 to
coordinates.
5, okay.
You guys are gonna see me looking around on the floor for something, hold nothing up in my hand, lock it at the right side of my face, unzip my mouth, and go, so I know we said no questions, but you said get your items, but you didn't tell us what they were. That wasn't really a question.
You're right, that's more of a statement. Biz will tell you everything you need to know there. He knows what I'm looking for. He's a good friend. He'll not set you wrong. Trust him. As far as you could throw him.
The planet that we're going to, do I know anything about this planet and who controls it? What kind of, underworld presence is dominant in that region? Because obviously I've got, concerns in places that I go.
Yes, absolutely. Roll me An underworld knowledge.
Knowledge, underworld.
a
Okay,
knowledge.
I have that.
How do we
So
get knowledge
int
skills?
is
Knowledge are also
so
part of
I'm
your
rolling
course.
one of these, and this is against how many?
This one for criminality, this would be a 1.
Okay.
I have no such skills, no such knowledge.
All right. So I've got. So what is? So one.
That
one
there. Oh, that's just an advantage.
That's just an advantage. That's not the special.
All right. So I've got two blaster hits that cancel those out, and then I've got an advantage.
One advantage.
One advantage.
Yeah.
So
Not quite
what
sure
you
what that
know.
means, but
So what it means is you didn't succeed in learning something,
Okay.
but you feel like you know something. And what I can tell you what
Okay.
that looks like is, you know, any place that's off the beaten path, any star station that's not a primary one, probably has some low lives. So criminals are probably going to be abound, or it's some people who don't want to be found.
well, I'm specifically trying to understand if I know if there's a syndicate presence there, if it's syndicate
hut or like a-
controlled planet or no.
This is a station. This is not a planet. So
Oh.
you're
It's a space station.
You are flying into deep space. He is asking you to literally go to the last house on the left.
Okay, all right.
Trust him. You know this kind of stuff happens. As a smuggler, you've probably made deep space drop-offs and things like that. He's essentially sending you to a private gas station.
Okay, that works.
I'm gonna look around. Looks like we're done here. And I turn, and as I'm leaving the room, right when I'm equal with 6, facing opposite directions, I'm just gonna pause. I'm not gonna like make any movement with the head. I'm just be like, "What hangar were you in?"
14B.
14B. And I walk away.
As you leave, KR just kind of like watches that and then he kind of signals to the bounty hunter to log. You hear a shh come from his arm, from his droid seat, and he pulls out a vibro knife. Your friend's arm looks infected. If someone needs to perform medical, better cut it off.
You can rely on me.
All right, good. I don't want it hampering my mission. These goods are very important.
I'll take the knife for now.
Okay. Remember, it's nothing between friends. It's not personal.
Did
It's just
I
not.
see this?
Yes. He is not subtle about this.
So, I'm a medic. I'm gonna put my hand out.
Your butt. See, look at KR has struck deep crits. Give him the knife.
Oh, I do have charm.
It's a surgical knife, and if anyone asks, it also is steak knife.
I'm questioning the sensibility of giving this strange creature the knife. But I'll kind of look back and forth between them.
No, that's part of building friendships. Maybe you have to earn it.
I don't know this little thing yet. So yeah, I'm just gonna kind of glance down at him and shrug.
So, KR kind of like looks at you guys. Well, now that business is done, get the hell out of my shop.
I was already leaving, yeah.
Excellent.
I'll just turn and walk away.
I was walking after you. I'm not putting my hand down yet.
As I walk out, I do look at the squib and say, make sure that heat coil makes it to the ship, huh?
Oh, yeah. Don't worry about it. I'm just trying to get medical supplies right now.
Oh, what makes it to the ship?
The heat coil that I handed him.
I know. I'm joking. Like he doesn't know what it is.
So, you are followed,
So-
essentially.
So I look down. How much, Mr. Doctor, do you actually know about Twilight Anatomy?
Twilight Anatomy? Ask me a question.
What are their head tails made of?
Flappy mush.
Would you like to roll?
I would like to roll.
Alright. Give me a xenology knowledge.
Okay.
Well, hang on a second.
those dice back.
Yeah, exactly. Xenology is good. I was going
because
medicine.
he's asking you what is their body structure, not
Yeah.
how would you fix it.
Right. I'll go with
That's just a
xenology.
physiology thing, yeah.
Yeah, so xenology, this would be a 1 purple. People know how to take care of Twi'leks. It's very common.
Okay. So,
Common.
We have 2 hearts.
People knows that the brain's located
same
in the
for me.
tentacles kind of thing.
Alright.
2 Heart Club represent.
Yeah.
Sometimes the heart is the
so I have 3 successes and a threat.
Ooh, 3 successes and a threat. You know that.
I should be able to give him.
Oh yeah, you can pretty much tell him the Twi'leks, our species, have these long leku that contain their brain. It allows a deep connection to their species. Historically, it's pretty much like if you've seen Avatar, it's their deep collective conscious. They can pull history, they can pull knowledge. It's very sensitive. You know that much. Operating on it, the beauty of their brain is it doesn't have any of those really things you need to worry about, like nerve endings. It's the skin that's sensitive. Once you get right into it, it's just like cutting salami. It's not a problem. It's going to be real easy. There's nothing in there you need to stress about. It's not finesse.
All that I said, and what's more important is the injuries in the arm.
Yeah, it's too bad they're not horns. Horns would be much more difficult to slice into. All right, here you go. Hand him the knife. Know more about him than I do.
Talk to you out of the vibro blade.
Yeah, I
A
don't
little
need no
vibro knife. Vibro blade's a sword. It's a
Oh,
vibro-
knife.
Vibro
Knife.
It's a
sorry.
vibro knife.
Thank
The
you.
one thing,
Give
yeah,
you
I
a
thought.
little dagger.
Yeah.
I'm not going to give you something expensive. I mean, it's fairly expensive.
I'd honestly rather go fisticuffs in a bar fight than pull a vibro knife on somebody.
Okay, yeah, you're right. But you have like shock gloves or something like that?
So I'll tell you this.
See nothing.
I'm assuming that you're going to the landing pad now anyway, so
Yeah, we're all
I
like
will follow
walking.
you.
Yeah.
I won't stop following you even though I got
Well, I thought giving you the knife was going to make you get off my ass, but apparently that
if he
wasn't
looks
part
back
of
and
the
he's
deal.
giving me kind of a glare, I'll begin shadowing.
Stealthing away from him.
Mm-hmm.
Are you going to try to keep an eye on him, or are you just like glaring at him?
No, I mean I thought we had a job to do, so I mean I don't need to take part in these antics. So like I just give him the knife.
Out of
and-
here, he's all business.
Yeah, I'm just.
Perfect. So then you don't need to roll. He's pretty much not carrying once he's heading to the station. Are you going to stop anywhere,
Nope.
Victus?
No, I just my intention was if the ship is open to already be inside there, like claiming a bed because I don't care.
The beauty of, let's call it shadow ports. The beauty of this is that, Six, do you pay your docking fees?
Rarely.
Well, the beauty of a shadow port is, I mean, possession's 9/10 of the law, right?
Right.
So that ship's definitely there.
Sweet.
I do lock it up when I leave.
Oh, beautiful. So
Yeah.
you actually have a lock system.
Oh yeah, everything works.
Yeah.
It's been in my family for a
you
long
can
time.
get in-
Everything's operational.
You can get into the bay and you can see that a 9 to 5 is talking to this. It looks like a Rhodian, this green kind of creature, and it's pretty much trying to like indicate. It's like door delivery, and the Rhodian's like Jibo waka no weebo. Do you actually speak? The beautiful thing about this is, do you speak basic? Do you speak
Oh, yeah.
Rhodian?
How do languages work in this? I didn't see anywhere in the character creation process you'd say, hey, you start with
It's-
this language.
So that's the beautiful part. There's over 100 billion languages. There's pretty much every species has a language. Every species has a sub-language. It's, would your character know this? Do you travel enough or around enough that you know it? Do you feel you have a high enough education? Or did you buy like a translator chip?
I think
Or do you
I
want a
understand
protocol
some.
droid who does it? 'Cause
I
otherwise you're
understand
talking
some
to
of.
someone
I
who
understand some of the Rhodian words, but they're not really my kind of people that I hang out with. I've been around a few from my early days. Some of the people I used to hang out with, but
Like
I
you
don't really
smell good,
understand.
you
I
smell
understand.
horrible.
I try and put together like certain words and make my own assumption of what they might be saying, and kind of nod my head in agreement, just to try and get through the conversation.
So, in my previous life, which I haven't revealed yet to the listeners, I went through several procedures, and yes, a translator chip was one of those installed. It was very much a necessity for my previous profession.
Excellent. You would hear him pretty much translating through this then, as he's like, "What are you doing, you stupid droid? You can't enter here. This person's property belongs to the Red Sand Runners. You can't take this." As the droid just continues to be like, "Door open, door open."
So let me just understand the picture here. The droid is trying to go into the wrong hangar,
No, the droid is going to the correct hangar, the correct ship.
but this guy's trying to take it.
This guy is telling that droid this is his ship.
Got it.
He's not letting him drop off stuff. He wants the droid to leave all these great supplies.
So do I walk in on this exchange?
You're kind of coming up behind Victus, and you can see this as well.
So
There's a Rhodian. So do I know the Rhodian?
Do you know the Rhodian?
Yeah, am I familiar with Rhodian who's claiming that this is his ship?
Well, you don't hear him claiming.
No, well, he's coming up behind him because they left roughly the same time. You know what? You don't know this Rhodian personally, but you do know from the basic translation, from like pretty much how you described it. You hear him pretty much being like, "Stupid wake Red Sand Runners," and you're like, "I know that gang," and he does not look like that gang.
what?
Do I care about the Red Sand Runners? Do I have a relationship with them, good or bad?
Red Sand Runners are kind of like your low-end drug dealers.
Oh.
These people are... They're wannabe up-and-comers.
Are we there yet? Or are we still?
You guys are still heading by. Sorry, Victus.
No, you're fine. So I want to. I'm going to see this. I'm going to immediately like have nothing but disgust for this individual, and I'm going to lock eyes with him. You know, very assertively start marching towards them. And the moment I'm going to reach out my hand, and with like a slight bit of force push, it's going to emphasize me as I grab him by the shirt collar and throw him up against the wall.
Okay.
If that's okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Can you give me a discipline? Actually, yeah, give me a discipline check.
Okay.
You are trying to do a simple kind of activity. You're not really trying to shove him. You just are trying to
Grab him.
amplify.
Yeah. I'm just doing it for like.
Okay. Then I would say then you don't need a check. You would pass because you're just doing a simple pull. You're not actually trying to push him with it. You're just trying to emphasize.
Yep.
You're out of your league.
You're out of your league. So you pull him to you. Are you trying to intimidate him?
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm trying to do.
Okay.
So that's like, would that be coercion? Is that what coercion is
Yes.
for in
Yeah.
these situations?
Can you
Okay,
give
'cause
me
I
a
thought-
coercion check?
Absolutely,
It's a 1 purple.
Okay, so I have a will of 3, and my coercion skill is 1, so I have 1 yellow, 2 green, and 1 purple because of the difficulty of the test. Is that...
So you have 2 advantage
Yeah.
remaining. So you technically have 3 advantage, 1 threat. Remaining then would be 2 advantage.
That's not a success, though, correct?
For the sake of it, I would consider it a success.
Got it.
Advantage. How do you think if you intimidated someone? How are you doing that? What does that kind of look like besides the push up?
I want him to look into kind of like how focused and like my eyes, they're yellowed where they should be white, and the center of them is just black, and kind of locked in on the intensity of that.
So what that coming from where you're going, from where he would be, is he's sitting there and you kind of grab him and push. He kind of lifts a bit. You actually see what his boots kind of almost lift off the ground, and at first you're like, did I see that happen? Six. You see this happen. Did I see that right? Did he lift first and get grabbed, or was he grabbed and then lifted? And the Rhodian kind of shuts up and is just looking at you as he's kind of like, as he's just kind of just stopping, and his big bug eyes are just kind of staring at you. You even see his little like antenna begin to kind of
Little
like,
antenna ears.
little like droop a bit. He's just like,
Is he still muttering?
yeah, he's just.
As he mutters, I'm gonna grab his little like
His little
mouth.
mouth lip.
I'm gonna hold it closed with my other hand, and I'm just gonna say, like, look him in his big bulbous eyes, leave.
And I'm just gonna walk past them and not even look at them as I walk past and open up the ship. You got everything under control here?
Beep, beep. Unlock the car. As he kind of like drops, he's like, he's just nodding his head. We pay. He's like, yeah, cool. And just begins to like run out. Like first starts as a walk, and then as he's like about 5 paces away, starts sprinting. As you guys are coming up, you just see this Rhodian, basic kind of like street clothes, just running out, not saying
fear on
anything,
his face.
just like, oh, hey man, like. Yeah, just go.
I'm just gonna watch him and then continue walking.
As you guys,
I went up the ship and let 9 to 5 do his thing.
Yep, he begins loading up through the
I
car.
need him to talk to the nav computer, yeah.
Yeah, he's bringing on crates of fuel, big old like cylinders, bringing on crates of food
So
supply.
made the Rhodian load the gear. Indentured servitude. Hey, look, it's so nice of you to show up.
You can if you want to intimidate. These are the beauty of it. Do you guys go onto the ship?
I want to check out the ship exterior a little bit, like while they're loading. I want to walk beneath the ship and look at the gunnery, look at the the gunnery system, and the cannons.
So it's a YT 2400. It's got 2 twin link laser cannons that are mounted. They're turret mounted.
on top.
Yep, on the top. But cover all firing arcs between the two.
Is there one on the bottom as well?
No, they're both on the top.
Yes. They're just like, it's kind of like a double.
It's like a pilot and a gunner type thing.
Yeah.
The ship is quite large. It's
About 25 meters, I think. See, I got the plans for it right here. Let's see. I think it's 23 meters or 25 meters. Let's see.
I will take it all in, carrying the
26.
info
Yeah, it's
to you.
26 meters across. So it's a pretty good sized ship. Yeah, capacity 6 crew. Can be piloted with one pilot, but it has accommodations for a pilot and a co-pilot or engineer. It's got an escape pod and a galley, a lounge area,
Mention the most important thing. You got a refresher. You
Yeah.
have a space toilet.
Yep.
All right, that's very
So
important.
yeah, it should be a nicely outfitted ship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's it's a cylindrical main body with the
And curious.
and the
How
main
you got
capsule.
such a ship.
Does it looks pretty well. Like you take good care of your
Yeah,
ship.
yeah, it's in good shape. Yeah, it's been in my family for a long time. Yeah, yeah, it's my father's pride and joy, but nobody knows that.
You flying that thing? You're braver than I thought.
You sure?
I'm just kidding.
All right.
So I'm gonna head down to.
May not look like
replace
much on the
heating
outside, but you gotta wear it counts. All right.
As you kind of just
If y'all
run
step
in-
on board, we're in a little bit of a hurry. Or that Rodian gets back to any of his buddies and then calls the local authorities on us and find out that I didn't pay my docking fees. So if you'll just step on board.
as you guys are all kind of loading on, you take off, Grits, and you easily find where the coolant system is. And can you give me a mechanics check?
Yep.
So it's going to be a mechanics roll. This is going to be a difficulty 2. You're going to replace the one that he does have. Pull that one out.
Oh, I was just kidding that the one's broken. I was just trying to get spare parts.
Hey, this thing looks good.
It is good.
Him. Yeah, I want to follow him to see if he actually knows mechanics as well as medicine. Like,
So am I replacing it?
No, it's a spare part. It's the whole idea.
Okay. My ears go back.
Yeah. I wouldn't
I
replace.
look for a place to lock it in place.
I wouldn't
so it doesn't
replace
fly
anything
around.
right now because we're about to get out of here. If you guys want to kindly, why are you taking this thing apart now? I'm trying to get out of here, right? If you guys would kindly make your way to the cockpit, I can go over.
Buckle in, damn it.
Buckle in. We'll get out of here.
It's easy to secure. It's in its own section. The beauty of that ship is that the life support and all that is kind of easily centrally located. Normally kind of behind the main ship. The actual primary part of the ship is the central capsule. The body where like the cargo is and all that is just living quarters.
yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
So you can easily stow it. A 9 to 5 easily brings this little levitating loader full of gas, fuel. As it kind of puts things down, you can see it's organizing things, and it's just holding this box that you guys can identify as a med kit. It just gently places it on one of the chairs.
I will go grab it off that chair.
As it does, it raises its hand, waves slowly to you, best luck, and begins doom, doom, doom,
I
walking
start
its
plotting
way.
my astrogation, right?
okay.
Double checking 9 to 5's work, make sure that he didn't plug something funky into the nav computer.
Excellent. Very easy. You can see that this is a place you've probably flown by that route or been on that main route between Tatooine and here. It's a pretty major highway. And you're like, yeah, I just never took that unmarked off-ramp pretty much. Interesting. Is definitely, but he's got you a coordinate and you're like, all right, I feel pretty confident with this.
So I'm going to take the med kit and go up to the co-pilot seat.
You can see that your friend is in the kit bag now. He just definitely is the doctor and the mechanic.
He does everything.
Right. So the beauty is, yeah, with the navigation charts, are you just taking off right now? Are you?
I got to plot a course, don't I?
The navigation course has been plotted by a 9 to 5.
And it looks sound?
It looks sound.
Okay, then I'm blasting out of here.
All right.
Yeah.
To light speed.
Give
I
me
parked in the handicap parking, but you know what? By the time the tow truck gets here, I'll be gone already.
beautiful. Give me a planetary piloting check against
right.
1 purple.
And I have something. I have a talent called Skilled Jockey. I get a bonus. I don't know what the symbol is on all pilot, planetary and pilot space rolls. I think it looked like a black square.
So was it a black square with a red minus in it?
Oh no, I think it was just a black square.
probably.
Let's see.
What's the red minus for?
That means that you remove one of these from.
Oh, is that a bad die?
Yes.
Yeah.
Black, purple, and red are bad guys.
Here we go. The pilot says, yeah, it's a black dot. See it there, Skilled Jockey? What's that? I don't know what that means for symbols.
Yeah, remove one black dot per rank. So if he gives you any black dice,
Oh,
you can
okay.
remove
you
one
get
per
black
rank,
dice.
and
So-
you rank 1.
Okay, gotcha.
Excellent question to bring up. So blue dice and black dice are given by something helpful or something detrimental. So a
Gotcha.
black dice for piloting would be trying to jump a course without a GPS.
So it lets you do more difficult things
All right.
Yes.
with the same level.
So what am I rolling here? I'm rolling.
So you're rolling your planetary piloting against 1 purple.
Okay. So all right. So I've got so here I've got 4. I'm gonna do 3 green and 1 of those, and against 4 purple.
No, 1.
1 purple.
One
One
purple. All right.
Yep. This is easy. You're just trying to get into the space lane.
All right. All right. So I have 3 successes.
Yep. In fact, you've done this so well. You're such a great pilot. As you guys kind of sit down, or beginning to sit down, 6 turns up the engines, takes off, boom, launches. You guys kind of fall gently into your seats. Belt buckles latch in. And you kind of like are spinning through like oncoming traffic. You actually cut through main ways and easily get out. Like, made it all the way to space. Boom, quick travel.
Feels good to be out of there. Stuffy. Too many people.
So, as you begin your journey, the course begins to kick in. Hyperspace, boom, flashes
Jump
past
the light
you.
speed. Yeah, boom.
Yep, boom. You guys are now going to be spending pretty much a week in travel. Welcome to the boring part. Is there anything?
Not need to roleplay this.
Perfect. Thank God. So, after these days have passed, you guys have probably been taking care of equipment, doing all that. Boom. Exiting hyperspace.
Can I ask, the damage that you have, Ty, is it real damage? Meaning, do you have some damage to you that I could actually work on during the downtime?
I mean, I never said it was damage. I was just have bandages on.
Okay.
Do you want to ask? Or?
Yeah, I would ask. I have a med kit,
I look at
and
my...
I can take it off if necessary.
I lift up my left arm and I look at my bandages and no med kit's gonna help with this. And I put it back down. And I kind of flex my hand a little bit.
I'm going to stare at it and go, take the med kit.
And at some point, I will go off to my quarters, and I will intentionally, when no one's there, to replace my bandages because I don't want anyone to see kind of what I have going on.
Do we all have rooms on this ship?
so-
No,
There are quarters. There are crew quarters on the ship.
It's a bunk room, right?
I've got my own quarters.
So, he has his, Six has her own quarters. Thank you for catching that. The crew quarters are a bunk bed, but there is also a guest quarter, which is where Six was to transport a person. They can sit away from everyone else and don't have to stay with someone. Did you claim that?
I was going to ask, did you already grab that extra room?
I mean, that was my original intention.
I
That's
mean,
what you said.
to understanding, our 2 other people were trying to not fix the ship that didn't need fixing.
Yeah, no,
so
I'm-
you
I'm-
could have had prime pickings.
Yeah.
I'm not the type to go take the guest quarters. Like I will stay in the crew.
No, that's exactly what I want.
Perfect.
I want a place where I can meditate and train and physically practice with my weapon without disturbance.
Top or bottom bunk?
Probably safer if I'm on bottom.
I knew it.
There's two bunks, so you can both take bottom or both take top. Nothing says you have to share a bunk. Why don't you just share the bed?
So now,
really
now I'm
not going-
completely perplexed because I don't know which one I want to take the top one. Or if I want to be cool like him and take the bottom one on the other one.
I think we ought to push these together.
By the end of the week, we're making pillow forts.
There's so much room for activities now.
Yeah.
Guys,
6, can we use the power tool?
Guys!
No power tools.
That's my toothbrush.
All right.
all right. So yeah, you guys exit hyperspace. As you show up to this station, it's fairly large. You can already tell there's a bit of traffic. This kind of looks like a top, big kind of like diamond leading down to a center part, which is antennas, gas, fuel, and connectors. It's big enough that people have 4 docking areas, so 1, 2, 3, 4, like across, and then there's smaller ones kind of in the top and bottom. So fighter ships like A-wings, X-wings can land on the smaller ones. Medium can craft that in the middle, and transport freighters can also go out to the larger capital class ships, which you see quite a few. What you actually show up to see, you see quite a few what look like almost pill bugs. They kind of look like these like small little beetles with like a little front head like an RV. There's quite a few of them sitting in space, and then you, Victus, if you are looking out the window, can tell that these ships are refurbished Imperial ships. You can actually see what looks like a specialized transport. It's a Star Galleon.
That's not like a Gazanti?
No.
Got it.
No. This is an Imperial transport that's wonderfully made. Have you ever seen those boats that actually lift up and fix other boats in the ocean?
Yep.
That's that, and it has mod parts. You can see at least 3 of those parked outside, just kind of hovering as these small little pill bug ones kind of circle it, trying to make sure it's safe and no one's coming aboard it.
And do we know where we're supposed to go to meet this Biz?
He's somewhere in the main quarter, so if you dock, he should be in the docking area.
Have I heard of any kind of organization that would be using refurbished Imperial ships? Like, do I think this is Remnant?
Yes, actually, this seems possible. Remnant First Order did use a lot of refurbish as they were the Fallen Empire. These look definitely put together, and it looks like they tried to scratch out the old Empire and put the First Order symbol. So there is definitely Remnant activity in this station.
I'm gonna make it known to the crew because I'm assuming they're all sitting in the cockpit. I'm kind of standing there behind me and look out the window like, we've got Remnant here.
What does that mean to me?
You would know.
Oh, Remnant's like leftover Empire, right?
It's leftover First Order.
First Order, okay.
So essentially, yeah, it's the remains of the remains.
All right, I would just steer clear of them. You know, they had no reason to got no reason to mess with us. Let's not give them one.
They'll make one.
As you pull in, you know, of course, the
Like
comms come
avoiding
in.
Imperial
Oh, your ship's coming in. Dock here. Dock in Bay 2. So as you land, your customs are already paid for. Is a benefit that you come to find out. They
Nice.
are
Don't have to
definitely
worry about
good.
not paying my fees here.
Your IDs were really good.
Ain't got no money. I spent it all on gear.
You could just pay the fee. You don't have to worry about it anyway.
So, do you guys step off the ship? Or what's your plan leaving?
You know, sure gotta find this Biggs gentleman. You know?
It's biz.
Oh, Biz. Biz.
So as you guys disembark,
Different
Biggs.
every time.
Biggs.
as you guys disembark,
Okay, so I'm going to leave the medical kit on board. I'm going to take the vibro knife with me.
as you guys exit the ship, leading into the main docking bay, the
Now, are we already transporting? We're picking up equipment, right? We're not. Do we take your here?
We are picking up his stuff.
Yes. Okay. We didn't bring anything. Okay.
no,
gotcha.
you were sent to go get.
Okay. Perfect.
So as you guys kind of head in and the main cargo door opens up, you can actually hear a lot of life going on as the sound of city life is picking up. This station is quite large. It actually is considered a small city. There's an immediate, of course, kind of info desk right as you come in, so that way if you wanted to get a layout of the town and layout of what's going on, you're in Access Station. Beautiful place.
Do we have a person for information, or do we have a board?
You have a computer screen that if you come up and click, you can start accessing and being like, tell me the wonderful news of Access Station.
Oh no, I'm going to find out where is R07 docked currently.
Okay. So you are trying to use computers to figure out where this other ship might be docked. Can you roll me a computer skill versus 4?
Ooh. All right.
I also would like you to add 1 black.
So, that is fairly improbable for me. So my question is, we didn't at the beginning of the game, we had talked about doing the force dice. Would this be something where I could somehow make this better, easier, that type of thing by flipping one of those force tokens if we had them?
You're right, we didn't do that. I apologize. So essentially, we would argue, for the sake of it, 2 of you are out of character, lower on the dark side, so we'd say 2 black, 2 white. If you would like to use one of your white destiny points, light side destiny points, yes, you could upgrade one of your dice, or remove a difficulty.
So that would still be having me throw 2 against quite a bit.
It's possible though.
It's possible.
I can help you.
Can you? This is pretty big. Anyone else able to?
Press that button right there.
What are you trying to figure? What are you trying to do?
Oh, so you have someone helping you slice.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so question, are you assisting him?
Yes. I have 3 intellect but no computer.
What are you slicing it?
How much do you,
The computer.
Oh.
How much?
how much intelligence or computer do you have?
2.
For both?
Yes.
Okay. And you have 3 intelligence?
Yes.
So you will roll 3 intelligence, his 3 green, and your 1.
Well, I want to guide him like he's doing it.
Yes. Oh,
You know,
so
like you were
you're-
saying earlier.
Yes,
I wanna be
that's
like press that button.
that's essentially what you're doing. Is you are pulling your
Add
dice
his
together.
3 to mine.
You don't add it to yours. You're using his statistic because he has no computer skills
Instead. Okay.
instead.
So,
So I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just like
if
probably
I
press
flip
that button.
the one that would be
you,
there,
you still get to keep your yes. There you go. So that evens it a bit better, and you can still flip and reduce.
okay.
Get rid of the. You can get rid of the.
Do you want
black
to
die.
do you want to get rid of the black die?
I flipped 1 to convert it to, or do you have a computer
Oh.
skill?
No.
Oh, you don't. Neither of you have the computer
Right.
skill. Okay. Okay.
We already flipped. Yeah.
Okay.
You can only flip once.
I got it.
You can only
got it.
Yeah.
Well, that was phenomenal.
Good job.
I have a success and 4 threat.
Well, we found it.
Essentially, what happens as you're like, all right, you're like, all right, I'm just gonna do this. No, and he's like, no, you gotta touch that. You gotta go there, enter that subroutine. You're like, got it. As he does, you hit a button. You figure out roughly where the ship is. The problem is there was a safety measure put up, and immediately your screen locks. A red kind of exclamation part begins to appear, and it's telling you, please stand by. Security will be with you momentarily.
We'll casually walk away.
And that is where we will call it tonight.
Oh, all right. That was good. Thank you for listening to another NCRP Productions podcast. To stay on top of everything we're doing, you can follow us on Instagram and Twitter, and like us on Facebook, all at NCRP Productions. You can show your support and help us continue to produce content by joining our Patreon. We offer additional podcasts like our B-sides and have GM materials, maps, and other fun things you can discover over time. You can find our podcasts on YouTube, Anchor, Spotify, Apple, Google, and many other fine podcast sites. Just look for us at NCRP Productions. We value your thoughts, so please don't hesitate to leave us feedback or comments. And if you would like to contact us directly, you can email us at ncrpproductions@gmail.com.